We're here at the Titleist booth at the 2025 PGA Show, and I'm here with, I guess, technically my CBS Sports colleague.
Of course, we're teammates.
I might be your CBS Sports colleague. That might be a better way to put it.
No, we're teammates. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. Thank you for calling me my friend.
You are.
Almost a bucket list item. I got to ask, 30 years with Titleist this upcoming year.
They said it today when we opened the show in the auditorium. It was a great gathering. So many PGA professionals were there. I would have guessed 28, 29 years. I didn't know we'd hit the milestone, so that's big for me. I'm really honored to have been able to put a voice to all those commercials around the world for Titleist all these years. And they're just a first-class group. You know, they're such great stewards of the game. And the PGA professionals so interfaced with Titleist. We had a couple of the real iconic figures in Tony Pancake and Brendan Walsh there before the 1,000 people this morning. But it's a thrill to say Titleist, the #1 ball in golf. That might be the first time I ever said it on camera, by the way. It's off camera normally. I've made a career out of 3 lines in my life.
Yeah.
Hello, friends, a tradition unlike any other, and Titleist, the #1 ball in golf. It served me well.
You're showing off.
No, I'm
Behave
sorry.
yourself. I'm getting goosebumps just listening to all the phrases I heard growing up.
Thank you.
But we're obviously here at the PGA Show. I got to talk football with you.
Sure.
I can't have Jim Nantz and not talk football. Very busy week for you this week. You got AFC Championship duty. You got Farmers Insurance Open on CBS, first broadcast of the season for us, and most importantly, probably this interview that you're doing. So
starts right here.
Exactly. I'm wondering, what's that preparation like in such a condensed schedule for you?
It's maddening if you want to do it right. At Titleist, they talk about process, and I have my own process to be prepared for these shows. So you just don't know, unless you're in it, the nuance that goes into being ready to be live on television. They think you just kind of roll out of bed and do it. But I was up here last night up until 11:30, midnight, working on these boards that I put together. And by the way, I love the whole process.
Yeah.
But on Friday, I'll be in Kansas City meeting during the day with Mahomes and Andy Reid and Kelsey and Spagnuolo and Chris Jones. And I'll leave at some point from the facility to rush over to Arrowhead, and I'll have about probably a 30-minute turnaround, and we're going to be live in prime time with our season premiere of our golf coverage.
Yeah.
Saturday, I go back through the process again of working on the Bills, head back over to the stadium. It's a Saturday finish, as you know, on our air. And, I'll be back at Arrowhead calling the golf, dropping into my golf voice, whatever feels right. It's not anything contrived. You just play with
Go with the flow.
Go with the flow. Play with the environment. And then Sunday, back to the stadium for a high-intensity AFC Championship showdown. And I'll be ready. I mean, thankfully, I've seen both of these teams quite a bit. But I still have to read every column. I have to see everything. I have to lay eyes on it. I'm a big Dropbox scan guy. I almost got, like, blisters on this pointer finger from scanning, seeing a nugget, seizing it, searing it into my brain, and having it there just in case that player makes a play.
Could change the whole broadcast.
It can. Well, to me, the novice, maybe even the people that are following you, think it's all about the call. Oh, I didn't like the way he called the field goal. Or I like the way he called the touchdown. There's so much more detail over the 3-hour broadcast. Again, the nuance, the storytelling. That's what it's really about. It's not who can scream the loudest, who can capture a 5-second moment the best. It's about telling people stories and finding a heartbeat of the subjects that you're covering. And this game means so much. And just think how much it means on the historical side for Kansas City, trying to win 3 Super Bowls in a row. Never happened. Think how much it means to Josh Allen and the Bills, a franchise that's one of the proudest franchises in any sport, has been over 30 years since they were at the big game. And Josh Allen and this group have never been there.
No.
They need to break through. Just think how big that is. How do you reflect that to your audience? That's what it's about. It's not about the call. It's about the story.
I love that. And I feel like this day and age, we're almost losing that storytelling ability with the quick snippets on social media
That's
and
it.
everything.
That
so I'm glad
actually
you're still,
promotes. Yes,
still doing the good job.
If you really were just there to try to hit on those little snippets, as you said, that get sent out on social media, I guess you could just let the game play and practice on every chapter. I consider every play to be a chapter.
Okay.
And just try to put together a good snippet instead of calling the game and telling the stories.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go on to the next attempt at a snippet. Oh, that play was only a 3-yard run.
Yeah.
And gone.
Sad. I do have a question about your partners. Spent about 20 weeks with Romo.
Yes, this is 21. This is 21 weeks this week.
Okay, you got another 20 with Trevor.
With Trevor.
And so my question to you is, what is one shared attribute that your partners have that you really admire?
Well, first off, great teammates, really great people, and wonderful family men. So they are true friends. I'm about to say goodbye to Tony for 7.5 months before we kick off again a new season in September. But we'll be in touch.
Yeah.
Stay in touch. Tony and Candace and the 3 boys, they're a very big part of my life. But now I'm going to bring Trevor in, and we're going to hopscotch around the country the next 7.5 months, hitting all kinds of fascinating places. The West Coast Swing, the Masters, the PGA, Canadian Open, the Scottish Open. We're all over the place. And he and Carmenita and their kids, they're special, quality people to be around. Very fortunate.
Yeah.
Humble. I was telling somebody this, but you'll love this as a golf guy. Last summer we were at the Scottish Open, and I wanted to play North Berwick. I never played it before, one of the great historic courses in the world. And we're about the 5th or 6th hole, and I casually say to Trevor, "Have you played here before?" He said, "Yeah, I actually qualified for my first Open Championship, a qualifier, 36-hole qualifier here." I said, "Oh, wow. What year was that?" 03 or 04. I said, "What did you shoot to qualify?" He said, "Well, I actually shot 62.70, and I was the medalist." I said, 62? How does that stack up as far as like all-time runs? This is a course that goes back centuries.
Yeah.
He says, "Oh, well, it is the course record." So had I not probed, I'm playing with the guy that's the course record holder.
Anyone else is peacocking.
Before you tee it off, I see this place. I actually
That's
own
my
it.
name right there.
I got the course record.
Yeah.
Nobody in the history of this course has ever gotten around in fewer shots than I have. But Trevor, it took 5 or 6 holes in the round, and just the fact I said, "Have you played here before?" for it to come out. Otherwise, I still wouldn't know to this day.
Yeah, that's funny. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Mark Immelman, his brother.
Great guy.
Podcast partner of mine. Love to give him crap 24/7. Don't be afraid to give him a little bit.
What a gift he has as a communicator, though.
Oh,
he's so
his calls
talented.
on the course.
So talented. His vocabulary is so extensive. And again, he and Tracy and the girls, A++ people.
Yep. So,
very blessed.
So what are you looking forward to in the 2025 PGA Tour season?
It's not necessarily the things that the guy at home would be interested in. I look at the golf year. I'm excited, of course, anytime I can go back to Augusta.
Yep.
That's huge. And what will Scotty do, having won it 2 of the last 3 years? I'm looking forward to the Memorial. It's going to be the 50th Memorial Tournament. Barbara Nicholas is going to be the Memorial honoree. I love her. Jack's birthday was yesterday.
85.
85. He had not seen 85 since he was 9 years old. So
you and me, we saw that last week, probably.
I wish I could see it. But that family is family. So I'm looking forward to sharing that week with them. I'm excited about the Walker Cup being back out in the Pebble Beach area at Cypress Point in September, the 50th Walker Cup. But it's going to be held at maybe the greatest golf course in the world.
Absolutely.
It's my favorite. I think it's number 1. But for me, every week is a blessing. Now I'm doing Torrey from afar. Maybe going back to Torrey.
Maybe. Nothing official. Nothing
official yet.
Wink,
I
wink.
would love for her to go there. We'll see for the Genesis on a 1-year basis. But to be at Pebble, I can't even think about it. I got too much in front of me, but that's going back home.
Can't look ahead to next week's opponent, right?
Can't yet. No, right point. The old coach's cliche. one game at a time.
Yeah.
We're not looking ahead.
This week cannot be a trap game.
No,
for
it's
you.
not on to Cincinnati for me. It's on to Pebble Beach, okay?
Well, I got to ask, this year is going to be my first year at Augusta National covering the Masters. Any tip for a rookie from one of the pros?
Well, I think that you got to walk the course.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully you're going to be there early in the week.
Early and often.
Early and often. Just go down and let it sink in a little bit. Some of the view lines are going to blow you away. My ritual, which maybe I'll see you there, I'm tipping you off,
Yep.
is on Wednesday when everyone's over on the par 3 course. You go out to the big course where they're kind of closed it down for final preparations for the tournament, but you can still walk around. And that's the time to walk around the big courses while everybody's on the par 3. Walk around and just take a look at it without so many patrons lining the fairways. Kind of see it like it is. Go down to Amen Corner. There'll be people down there. There'll be 100 or so that are doing the same thing. They're taking pictures, but it's a cool thing to see when the gallery size is sparse because they're over on the short course. I would say Wednesday's pivotal for you before you start. For me, it's a little deeper, more spiritual. Not saying than you, but this part of the week is more spiritual for me than the rest of it. All of it is. But on Wednesday, this is my 40th Masters coming up. I go down to the Amen Corner. I walk over Hogan's Bridge, then I walk over the Nelson Bridge. But I pause in between for a moment of deep reflection, let's say, prayerful introspection, and give my thanks for the great blessing of being here again. This was the boyhood dream, was to go to Augusta, was to work for CBS Sports, all of it. The NFL, I was a huge CBS NFL fan, the way they presented it, but the Masters was the ultimate hook. So I feel like once a year on Wednesday at Augusta, I go down to Amen Corner and I pause and thank the man upstairs for a chance to be back one more time.
That's amazing. I'm getting the call that you got to go, so maybe I'll see you there Wednesday.
We need to resume this conversation.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, Wednesday, I'm thinking around 3, 4 o'clock.
I'll bring the sandwiches.
Right by, I go egg salad here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the pimento cheese. It's great, but I'm egg salad.
I'm open to any and
Bring
all
me an egg
suggestions.
salad sandwich.
Jim, it was an honor.
We'll make the walk.
Absolutely.
Okay?
You have a good one.
Honor's all mine.
Oh.
Thank you. Appreciate it.